this year, the San Antonio Spurs look to sweep the 7th seed, the Memphis Grizzlies, as day 9 of the 2016 NBA playoffs begin here in Memphis, Tennessee. The story out here in the West, the much anticipated 4 big teams getting closer to their collisions. Oklahoma City, Dallas winner awaits the winner of this series. And San Antonio, Hubie's been and not putting a heavy toll on their veterans. Here are today's starting lineups brought to you by Taco Bell. No changes for the Spurs. Same lineups they've started the first 3 games, including Tim Duncan, who turns 40 tomorrow. For Memphis, they made a move with Tony Allen in the lineup to go small in Game 3. They'll stick with that in Game 4. For more on the Spurs, good afternoon to Heather Cox.
Hello, Mike. No
side. He was looking for a 3-point play there right now. He thought he got fouled. Now Popovich is also the play. Now just watch this move. Baseline move. I'm going to move you out with the forearm. Get you on my back. It's all over.
NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by Taco Bell's Beefy Crunch and Cheesy Double Beef Burritos. And Infinity. Luxury cars that deliver inspired performance.
With us during the early part of this series over Anderson, and Greg Popovich takes a quick timeout. Didn't like what he saw.
Hey, Mike. Stevenson came in Friday night. He went 4 for 7. He made his first 4 shots. Here he is again, still on fire.
From Houston, we'll have the Rockets and the Warriors today on ABC, and then tonight on ESPN, it's the Astros taking on Big Papi and the Boston Red Sox. Houston got the 8-3 win in Game 2 of that series yesterday. Sunday Night Baseball presented by Taco Bell tonight.
Scouting report.
Dave Yeager will take time out. San Antonio on top by a couple. Smell the barbecue, hear the blues music. It is Memphis on a spring Sunday afternoon. What a scrapbook, what a career. Tim Duncan really didn't pick up basketball in the Virgin Islands until the end of middle school. He was a swimmer, a terrific swimmer. But what a career after the 4 years at Wake Forest, all these NBA moments, all the hardware, the 5 championships, 15 times an All-Star, Finals MVP, League MVP. Tim Duncan has done so much. Final day of his 30s. He turns 40 years old tomorrow. And when you look at the top 10 in the league history, regular season and postseason, and that's the end of the quarter, a 10-2 run to end the first. 10 off the bench for the Spurs. San Antonio trying to close it out and get another 4-game sweep on the Grizzlies. They lead after 1, 25-19.
Welcome back to Memphis.
Has hit his last 4, and we are all even at 27 with 8:41 left in the first half in Memphis. 8:41 left till half. Need to go till the half. Grizzlies veterans going down with a fight. And that score is different from when we went to break. We showed you the 3 by Kawhi. That the catch and the ability of that big hand to get up. And the finish by Kawhi.
This is just a tough catch. Just watch the catch now. And then when he gets hit right there, he gets pulled. Still could play the rim.
Lead by 3, and here a team on the verge of elimination. We'll find out a lot about a group of guys. They want to get back on the plane. The lights went out about 50 minutes ago, and then a long quarter ensued. But Memphis in the grindhouse trying to grind one out and get back to San Antonio. Halftime with Sage, Doug, and Jalen from Los Angeles in a moment.
NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. And Burger King. Now you can get 5 delicious items for only $4. It's a bigger meal for a better deal. Only at Burger King.
Back in Memphis, Gus's world-famous fried chicken is being sampled. Chicken and waffles served in the press room for breakfast for folks. It's a part of the Memphis menu, if you will. If you've ever been through and you had a chance to get to Gus's, you know it's good. If you haven't, you should sometime. We're going to take a look at today's first half stats brought to you by Kia. They add up to a 2-point San Antonio lead with 4 of 12 shooting the threes, and most of the other numbers somewhat even in that first half. Mike Tirico, former coach of the year.
the action.
Well, it's a different time in their careers.
Yes.
Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker are not what they were. They have moments and flashes of it, and they now work as complements to Leonard and Aldridge. Sage, thank you. It was out. The lead is 12 for San Antonio. 16 and a half minutes away from the second round.
NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by The Secret Life of Pets. From the humans behind Despicable Me. In theaters July 8th. And State Farm. We exist to assist.
And time for today's three, brought to you by Schick Extreme 3. And it's San Antonio's Big Three. Duncan, Parker, Ginobili, 575 regular season wins, record for a trio, 123 playoff wins, also a mark total. An impressive 698 wins. They go for 699 here in this second half. The winningest trio, you think of the great trio of front court players for Boston. Back on Ginobili, of course, everybody looking what's happening with Steph. Steph Curry out there going through the regular warm-up. He tweeted a few minutes ago, locked in, ready to go. Tip time for that game is 3:45.
Experience under pressure. But the key guy that's really interesting is Marjanovic at 7-3. Let's see.
We're back with the fourth quarter after this message and a word from your ABC station. Today will be wrapped up with the Johns, Butchie Gross and Anderson on SportsCenter after the Red Sox-Astros game. The full plate of NBA playoff action, the hockey playoffs, and the day in baseball as well after the Sunday night baseball game on ESPN, the Red Sox and the Astros. Ford getting his chance in the NBA playoffs with the Grizzlies.
NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by Hyundai and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Colonel quality guaranteed.
Print on the league is everywhere, and I mean about half the league. Look at the family tree, and this is not a complete list. These are the people that they will not have the lowest scoring four-game aggregate of any team in playoff history. Here at that. Advantage, which is brought to you by Lowe's. Hubie just mentioned San Antonio's exemplary record on the road, 27-14. At home, they tied the 86 Celtics, 40-1. The only loss coming to the Warriors. They only trailed in 7 of the games they played at home this year, which is astonishing. 34 wire-to-wire victories, and they won those games by an average of 14 points. Hubie, in the fourth quarter this year of the home games, that would be 4th league level. And they gave it a great one. Of course, they have minor league baseball, a terrific minor league ballpark right downtown over the Memphis Redwoods. James Harden, the beard is ready to go. A few minutes away from tip. It'll start on ESPN if we're not done here. Rockets Warriors. Well, this day 9 of these 2016 NBA playoffs. The Blazers back in their series. They'll have game 4 tomorrow night. The Thunder with Kevin Durant, the 19 points, also getting ejected in that game. As that got a little dicey at the end. We'll watch game 4 of that series tomorrow night. Coming up next here on ABC, tipping on ESPN, 2 minutes or so. Steph Curry and the Warriors try to go up 3-1. The Rockets will try to even the series, and Curry back in action after the injury in game 1.
Well, for you,
I'm just enjoying it right now.
Congrats on the win. Thanks.
Thank you.
Mike?
He fits right in. He's deadpan with his singers. Tim's 100 years old. That was classic. Thank you, Heather. Thanks to our statistician, Marty Aronoff. Ed Fiveshoff, our producer. Ken Dennis, our director. And a bravo to the folks in Memphis who supported their team and gave their big players a round of applause as they left. Our final here in Tennessee. San Antonio 116. Memphis 95. The Spurs sweep the series. Game 4 of the Warriors and Rockets coming up next here on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.